When a man's affection drifts away from God, there are 5 dimensions of lust that you will find in that man. The first is he will start loving knowledge and not life. That is the first sign of Babylon. The first sign of Babylon is pursuit for knowledge and not life. You know why? Because he wants to seek false relevance. It doesn't matter if God approves of him, but he just wants to be relevant among men. And what will make him relevant is knowledge. See, what God calls knowledge is actually not facts and information. It's life. He said, this is life eternal. John 17:3, that you may know him, the only true God. So God's definition of knowledge is actually life. And so any life, any knowledge that is only mental will puff up. And that pride becomes the reason why God will reject you. But when knowledge becomes about life, knows that affection is about God. There are many who listen to message because they want to hear something to preach. There are many who read the Bible because they want a new verse to preach. But when you find a man who loves God, he opens the scripture to find God. And so his pursuit is not knowledge. His pursuit is life. If you discover that your pursuit now is about knowing so many things and so much, and not necessarily about growing in intimacy with God, know that your affection has been compromised. Because God is not giving knowledge apart from himself. God is actually pouring forth himself. It is the issuing of God into you that becomes the light in your life. He said the life is the light of men. So knowledge is supposed to spiral out of life. And so any man who pursues life will have knowledge. But it's possible to pursue knowledge and be void of life. This is why people who don't have affection for God, they are just curious about everything. They are everywhere seeking relevance and not in God's presence. When a man is pursuing life, know that his affection is still pure. The second thing that happens to you if your love for God is compromised is you begin to love money. And all of these things are born out of the insufficiencies and the vacuums of the soul. Because you know that what completes you is no longer there. So you are looking for something else to complete you. And so you know that money has purchasing power. And so you want to have a lot of money in order to buy a lot of things to satisfy the vacuum of your soul. And so the Bible said in 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10, it said the love of money is the root of all evil. And men whose affection have been compromised, they spend all their life pursuing money. They can work 3 shifts in a day in order to have money, but they cannot stay in God's presence for 30 minutes. And what I'm saying here may not make sense to you. Go to Europe. You'll be shocked. Many people left this country that they are going to start church or they are going to work in church. After 6 months, they didn't see them in church again. And there are many pastors who started church, but they discovered it's on Sunday morning that sales are higher. So they closed church down and started selling food stuff. So you come to England, you'll see Nigerian food product. Most of them were pastors. They went to England as missionaries, but now they sell Orokpo on Sunday morning. Because every Nigerian is driving 3 hours to buy one Orokpo to add to his soup. So the guy substitutes Jesus Christ for Orokpo. And you now see the agenda of God dying because men choose money over God. The third thing that happens to your affection, if it is compromised, is that you become a lover of pleasure. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 4, when it was giving us the signs of the end time, it said men shall be lovers of pleasure. Lovers of pleasure. They can sit in the football studio from morning to evening. There's nothing wrong in watching football. There's nothing wrong in supporting a club. Once in a while you watch it, it helps you to relax. Nothing wrong. But if you will spend all your life, you watch football, you finish watching, you argue football, and you talk football as if football has become the gospel, then something has gone wrong. Pleasure. You'll find them, they say there's a new theater in town. Every Wednesday, they are there to watch a movie. They say they are doing bad beat somewhere. They are there with short neck and shirt. Anything that is pleasure. If you like, put gate fee to be 1 million, they will pay. They say comedians are coming this week. They are there on VIP table. Next week, another comedian is coming. They are there. Next week, another one. If it is pleasure, they never get tired. So they can keep the routine of watching football every week for 10 years. They can keep the routine of going clubbing every Friday night for 6 years. But tell them we have VG every Wednesday. They will attend the first one. After that one, they say, "Omo, you know easy." Something has happened to their energy. Energy has been depleted. If it is God, they are weak and weary. But if it is something that stirs their emotion, they will be there. If he finishes, they are angry. Why did this thing finish so soon? When it has to do with pleasure, it becomes so soon. But when it is God, why is it taking so long? Know that something is wrong with the affection. The affection has been compromised. And if the devil gets the gate of your love, he can make you a slave through lust. That's why God never finds many men. Number 4, when people's affections are compromised, they become lovers of self. 1 Timothy 3 verse 2, self. The guy can afford to be in the gym for 4 hours, 5 hours. He needs a big chest. He finishes from the gym in the evening in his bedroom, 30 press up. He will do press up. He will carry rope and skit. He will all kinds of shape. You know, there's nothing wrong with gymming. There's nothing even wrong in having a good look. Don't get me wrong. It is healthy. There are those who gym for health. There are those who gym to appear good. All of that is wonderful. But if gymming takes the time of prayer, and if you spend more time to gym than to read the word of God or pray, something is wrong. It means you are a lover of self. A lady can sit down every 2 weeks for 7 hours to make million braids. That they call it million braids. Are you not afraid? She can sit down for 3 days and make her hair. Lose it in 7 days. Make another one. She will never complain that she's tired sitting. So long as they are making her hair. And again, there's nothing wrong in looking beautiful by making your hair. But the question is, how many hours can you sit in God's presence? How many hours? If it has to improve your look, you can spend the whole week there. No problem. But if it has to improve your spirit, you become tired. The Bible said bodily exercise profits. It's not against it, but it says it profits little. Because compared to God's operation, that is little. No matter what you derive from it, be it health, be it fitness, be it good look, it said all of that is little. It said, but godliness, it profited much, both in this life and in the life that is to come. And so while you are building yourself in the physical, make sure you don't spend more resources, more time, and more energy to build your physical self than your spiritual self. Because if you spend more time, more energy, and more resources to build your physical self, it means you are a lover of self. Number 5 are those who love the world. He said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. He said, they that love the world, the love of God is not in them. 1 John 2:15-16. In James chapter 4 verse 4, he said, you adulterers and adulteresses. He said, know yet not that friendship with the world is enmity with God. He said, he that loveth the world is an enemy of God. And what is in the world? The lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. He said, they that do these things, they will perish. He said, but him that loveth God, he said, he abideth forever. You want to be God's man, you must spend time to sanitize your emotion. This is why some of us who know that loving God means something to us, we don't see everything. We don't watch everything. We don't hear everything. Because man is spontaneous. What you feed yourself with is what you become. I know that I have many tendencies that if I walk on, can turn me to an alien to God's government. And so what I do is I withdraw. He said, come out from among them. Once in a while, I can watch football if I'm tired. But I'm not a fanatic. Because I know from fanaticism, it can lead to insult. It can lead to animosity. It can lead to violence. And so, because I am not better than those who entered violence, I avoid fanaticism. Because it will be pride for you to think you are better than the guy who became a fanatic and started making trouble because of football and became violent. There is a state he has allowed his soul to get to. That's why he's violent. Any one of us can be violent if we allow our soul to enter that state. And so in order not to enter that state, I avoid fanaticism. I know that my spirit cannot bear the weight of certain level of moral decadence. That's why I don't go clubbing. They say if you go, you will relax. I don't need that kind of relaxation. If I want to relax, I sleep in my room. My nerves will calm down. Even WHO tells that sleep is a good form of relaxation. I don't have to sit on a bottle of beer to relax. Somebody say there's nothing wrong in drinking alcohol. I don't know the state that will make me drunk. It can be just one glass. And because I know that drunkenness is a sin and drunkenness can lead to foolishness, the best thing for me to do as a priest is to avoid it. Because priests don't take alcohol. If I need to be excited, if I need to be rejuvenated, there's another technology of drunkenness. They say be not drunk with wine wherein is his excess, but be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourself in psalm, in hymns, in spiritual song, making melody in your heart to the Lord. And so instead of taking alcohol, I rather take tongues.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Don't forget to like and share my videos to help spread the word. Your support means a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.